Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a rematch between Andrew Jacked and Martin Fitzwater using their most recent, or in Andrew's case, their most impressive versions. Both battled it out against each other at the 2022 Texas Pro, and in this comparison I'll be using the 2023 Texas for Andrew and the 2024 Detroit Pro for Martin. Both made some noticeable improvements from the last time they stepped on stage together, so it should be an interesting comparison overall. Anyways, before the video does start, a like and sub would really help out the channel, and with that all being said, let's get into this video. Alright, the first pose of this comparison is the front double, and here it is apparent that there's a significant difference in height between the two. Andrew is much taller and has a more favorable structure in the pose, presenting longer limbs and cleaner lines. Martin is great in his own right in the aesthetics department, possessing some amazing quads that rival those of Andrew's, a more pronounced V-taper, and a great vacuum. He does get smoked in the arm department pretty badly by Andrew, who has some insanely full and bubbly arms. However, his flow and muscularity are on par. Martin's only real shortcoming would be those arms, as they lack any noticeable separation and have zero freak factor, two things that Andrew has for days. Personally, Andrew's picturesque midsection, feathered and cut quads, and tremendous arms seal the deal. However, Martin's compact build and dense muscularity are very dangerous as well. The front lat spread is an easy win for Andrew right from the start, as that structure is just so hard to beat. Not only is he so wide upstairs, he also has some insane conditioning in the chest, arms, and quads, and great lats as well. Martin does look super thick and dense, possessing those crazy rounded quads, massive delts, and competitive lats. However, he does get demolished in the midsection, arms, chest, and even in the calves. Andrew is just too polished from head to toe, making this an extremely hard pose for really anyone to beat him in. Going to the side, we have the side chest, and here I think this is a domination for Andrew. He clearly has the better upper body, presenting an extremely full and round look to his chest, delts, and arms, along with a much more detailed and defined midsection. While the lower body isn't as dominant for Andrew as the upper half is, he still keeps very good proportions and showcases similar detail to Martin. Martin does look very proportional though, and he also is very composed and showcases similar detail, but his massive delt sort of overshadows his arm and chest, and his side leg could use some work in the definition department. I think that Andrew just has too much size in this pose for a guy like Martin, as his structure is near perfect, and even his heavily criticized side leg looks half decent, and his upper body is clearly just better. Since both hit the side triceps before the back poses, I'll go through the pose now. Although Andrew is hitting the variation that the judges do penalize, I think that everyone can agree that he looks statuesque and near perfect. Although he doesn't have the best tricep, if anything Martin has a better set, his posing and overall flow are impeccable. Crazy strided chest, large delt and arm, perfect midsection, and a stellar fully strided quad. Martin looks pretty average in my opinion, not bad or good, presenting a really decent arm, great delt, solid chest, and a controlled midsection. However, nothing he can do would beat Andrew in this pose. Andrew is just too conditioned, too aesthetic, and too tall in my opinion, and he would just win the pose outright. The rear double might just be where Martin comes back though, as his back is similar in width, overall development, and condition to Andrew's, but on a smaller frame. His delts are some of the best in the open class as well, and even his arms look large and full from behind. While Andrew is super competitive upstairs, having great full arms, a top tier back, and solid overall conditioning, his lagging lower body is like his Achilles heel. Martin makes him look super soft in the hamstrings and glutes, as he barely has any hamstring development and faint if any striations in those glutes. Martin's proportions and compact build from behind are really impressive, and I think that this is going to be a take-home pose for him. The rear lat spread might just be the same story as the last pose, as Martin is matching, if not beating Andrew in the back itself, and completely smoking him in the lower body. Martin's back looks twice as grainy, dry, and dense, and his posing accentuates his lower back thickness and development. Andrew's posing kind of detracts from his structural advantage, as he leans forward, which reduces his potential width and height. Once again, his legs show little to no separation and development from behind, really only being impressive in the calf area. I'd personally go with Martin all day as his legs look gnarly from behind and his back is super impressive on the smaller frame, and I really do not see Andrew winning either of these back poses in my opinion. The abs and thigh pose is actually much closer than I thought it would be, as Andrew would normally run away with this one convincingly. Here though, Martin showcases some amazing development and conditioning in the abs, superior lats, and an equally impressive taper. Moreover, his quads are very good, showcasing tremendous sweep and size that rivals those of Andrew. That being said, Andrew has an impressive set of quads and calves, the superior midsection, and a great V taper as well. Here's another variation of the ab and thigh for Andrew and a vacuum for Martin, and now things really do get interesting. Martin's vacuum really does highlight his superior taper, and those quads look phenomenal as well, while Andrew's bubbly, perfectly symmetrical midsection and feathered quads look equally as good. I'll leave this one up to you guys to decide. However, I personally do prefer Andrew for his more conventionally superior abs and overall more aesthetic look. The last pose of this comparison is the most muscular, and since there are multiple variations, I'll just play through the video footage over and over again. Immediately though, it is clear that Andrew has the superior chest, especially in the striations and detail, along with the arms which are just so bubbly, whereas Martin wins in the roundness of those freaky delts. Both have controlled and small midsections and great quads. However, the most glaring difference, like in every pose, is the height disparity. The difference makes my eyes shift towards Andrew 9 out of 10 times, even though Martin is similarly impressive in terms of muscular density, if not more impressive due to his more compact frame. Andrew's detail and muscular fullness is also something that sets him apart and would sway me in favor of giving him the win. However, I am impressed with how well Martin fared here as well. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. I think it was pretty clear that Andrew dominated most of the frontal shots and the side poses. However, I was very impressed with Martin's ability to keep up in certain shots or outright win them like both of the back poses. I think that with more mass, Martin will be much more competitive against some of the top 10 or even the top 5 guys at the Olympia, especially with some work to those arms, chest, and even more thickness to that already amazing back. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.